You wake up, and everything looks exactly the same as yesterday. Same routine, same thoughts, same feeling that something, somewhere, is missing. You're not depressed exactly. You're not falling apart. You're just stuck, like you're moving, but not going anywhere. Like life is happening, but not to you. If you know that feeling, this video is for you. Being stuck is one of the most quietly painful human experiences, because from the outside, everything can look completely fine. You have a job, a home, people who care about you, but inside, there's this low hum of dissatisfaction. This sense that you were meant for something more, or something different, or just something. And the worst part? You can't quite name it. You don't know what you want. You just know this isn't it. So why does this happen? Why do intelligent, capable, self-aware people end up feeling completely frozen? There are 3 core reasons, and they're more connected than they seem. The first is fear of the wrong choice. When you don't know which direction to go, your brain often decides that no movement is safer than the wrong movement. It's called decision paralysis. And it's not weakness. It's your brain trying to protect you from regret. But here's what that protection actually costs you. Every day you stay still, the stuckness grows heavier. Because motion, any motion, generates clarity. Stillness rarely does. The second reason is identity. Who you are right now, your habits, your relationships, your daily patterns, they form a kind of structure. And that structure, even when it's uncomfortable, feels familiar, and the unknown, to your ancient brain, is always slightly dangerous. The third reason is waiting for certainty. Most people who feel stuck are waiting to feel ready. But certainty almost never comes before action. It comes because of action. You find it by moving, and then adjusting. Here's what makes this important to understand. Feeling stuck isn't just uncomfortable in the moment. Over time, it compounds. When you stop moving toward something meaningful, a quiet resentment builds. Toward your circumstances, toward other people who seem to be moving, sometimes toward yourself. You start to shrink. Not dramatically, gradually. You say no to things you used to say yes to. You take fewer risks because the last risk didn't pay off. You start to build a smaller and smaller version of your life, because at least the small version feels manageable. And then one day, you look around and realize the cage you're living in wasn't built by anyone else. You built it, brick by brick, chose by chose. Not out of laziness, out of fear. Here's the shift that changes everything. You don't need a plan. You don't need certainty. You don't need to know the whole path. You need one thing, a direction. Not a destination. A direction, there's a profound difference. A destination requires a map, a timeline, a guarantee. A direction just requires a step. North. That's all. You don't need to know what's at the end of north. You just need to start moving north. And here's what happens when you do. The path reveals itself. Not all at once, one step at a time, but it only reveals itself to someone who is moving. So how do you actually find your direction? Start with this question, not what do I want? That question is often too big and too vague when you're stuck. Instead ask, what still feels alive in me? What makes time disappear when you do it? What subject makes you talk faster, even when you're exhausted? What kind of people do you feel most like yourself around? What did you love before you started editing yourself for other people's approval? You're not looking for a career plan. You're looking for a signal. A small, quiet signal underneath all the no's. That signal is real. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's just been buried under years of should and supposed to. And what will people think? The second step sounds almost insultingly small. And that's exactly why it works. Take one area of your life that feels stuck and make it 1% better today, not transformed. Not fixed, not solved, 1%. Send the message you've been putting off. Open the document you haven't touched in months. Go for the walk you keep skipping. Sign up for the class you keep bookmarking. The goal is not the action itself. The goal is to prove to your nervous system that movement is safe. Because the longer you stay still, the more your brain associates movement with threat. Every small action rewires that association. Every tiny step makes the next step feel less terrifying. You are not trying to solve the stuck. You are trying to dissolve it. 1% at a time. Here's something most people overlook completely. Your environment is not neutral. The people around you, the spaces you spend time in, the information you consume every day, all of it is constantly shaping what feels possible for you. If everyone around you is also stuck starts to feel normal. If you only consume content that keeps you comfortable, comfort becomes the ceiling. One of the fastest ways to start moving again is to change what you're exposed to. Talk to someone who is building something they care about. Read about someone who made a change at 40, at 50, at 60. Put yourself, even briefly, in rooms where movement is the norm. Not to compare yourself, but to remind your nervous system that movement is possible. That people do it. That you can too. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean you made the wrong choices. It doesn't mean it's too late. It means you're at a threshold. And thresholds are uncomfortable by design. They're supposed to feel like this. Because something in you knows that what's on the other side requires a different version of you. Not a perfect version, not a fearless version, just a version that decided, today, to take one step, in any direction. Because here's what I know to be true. You cannot think your way out of stuck, you can only move your way out. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The moment is now. And the step, however small, is enough.